Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time. We haven't gone anywhere. Today we're reviewing the KingSong S16 Pro, and I kind of like it. This is a great mid-range wheel, something that's going to be good for not only beginners that want to get something that they can grow into, but also experienced riders, because for an 84-volt wheel, it packs a lot of punch and a lot of power. I really like how easy it is to ride. It feels very well balanced, it's maneuverable, and it's just a fun wheel. Yeah, so the wheel's a little bit wide, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm tall and I don't really notice it, but it just feels super, super easy to ride. And I see our customers kind of adding this to their quiver. Experienced riders that might own a Lynx or a ET Max or something, they might actually want one of these because it's small, lighter weight, it's 70 pounds, but it feels kind of like an S18, but more balanced and easier to ride. Just coming around corners, it's so smooth and simple and easy. And overall, I'm a huge fan of this, and I think it's gonna sell really, really well. Well, actually, I know it's already selling really well. It's outselling the V11Y tenfold right now at EVs, so it's just, and I can see why. The pads, you can kind of add your own, which is nice. KingSong started thinking about what people want, and that is something that people want. People want to be able to put their favorite pads on the sides, so they kind of left the sides flat, which is great. I'll let Gabe talk about the speakers as well, and I'll let him talk about the performance of this thing and how it performs on jumps and trails and all that. So, Gabe, you're up.
All right, here are my thoughts on the S16. It's really fun. It's light, nimble. I love the tire profile. Turning feels real nice. Because it's so light, it's really easy to get into the air. It's got that like low end response that every off-roader needs. I think it's perfect for someone who's getting into off-roading for the first time, who needs like a beginner wheel to jump. Of course, this isn't going to have the same performance as say like a Patent or an Extreme, but for somebody who doesn't need maximum performance, it's pretty much perfect. The stock pads are kind of garbage, but once you get them in the right place, you can really take advantage of the braking and the accelerating. Although, as you can see, it doesn't really have a lot of power. It's pretty easy to overpower and dip like that. That was mildly scary. It's like almost a performance wheel. It's like a Patent V14 or Extreme's aspiring little brother that's not there yet, but wants to be like them. And I think that's fine. It's good for an audience of people who are looking to get into jumps. Somebody who's never ridden an EUC before but watches Shibby Time videos and is like, I want to do that. And I think this is a great place to start. Okay, here we are at the jump park. I'm just gonna send it. Let's see how this thing jumps. Thing actually jumps like pretty nicely, gotta say. I think for people who are not just new riders, but even more advanced riders looking to get into jumps, this would be a really good wheel. Suspension travel might not be much, but it still doesn't bottom out, even though I'm oversending a lot of these smaller jumps. And it's just cushy. It's a nice cushy landing. Super easy to get into the air. Oh, yeah. See, like that, I oversent that by a lot. Yet I didn't feel any inkling of overpowering or bottoming out. Like, I know I'm probably getting close to its limit, but within that, it's just an amazing ride feel. But you do start to feel a little bit of creakiness, especially in the pedals. And, you know, it being a smaller tire, smaller wheel, the lightness does make it really fun to send into the air, but you can just feel like it might not be sufficient to handle the larger jumps. Another thing, like, this thing's got LEDs and speakers, if that's your thing. It didn't used to be my thing, but I've actually started to really enjoy having music blasting at my feet. Like, you can actually feel the bass pounding at you. This thing has the second best speakers on any UC, only second to the KingSong S16, of course. But for the price, if speaker quality is what you want in a wheel, get this. Because after all, this is the S16 Pro. It's like the same price as the S18 when it came out. And even though I've talked the talk about it having lower performance, it's still a step up from the S18. So I'd say it's absolutely worth the cost.